fashionistas, come on in. It's time for the Canine Chronicle Closet Confidential. Big news today. Well, I'm out of the closet. I'm sure it's a phrase you've heard before, but I mean literally, physically out of the closet. Today we're going to do a bit of theater. Welcome to Know Your Knits, otherwise known as St. John, St. John, St. John, and St. John. Before we begin, I want you to see a wonderful tool that I have behind me. It's one of my best friends. It's called a clothing rack. As you can see, we have a double-sided bar. And what I love about this is you can have it anywhere when you want to. When you're packing, you can take it back into your closet. You can leave it out here as you're keeping things ready to go to pack. It's a wonderful addition. And as we did in our 3 Easy Pieces episode 3, we've noticed how valuable it would be to do something like this instead of having me do it on the floor as I did. So here we are in episode 4, and there will be things that will follow up on all the other questions that we've had. We've discovered that everybody is asking us questions about St. John. We've already answered a ton of them, but let me give you the basics of St. John, which I like to call Know Your Knits. Just like we're all different, guess what? St. John makes different lines as well. They vary by the kind of knit that they use, the time of day they expect you to wear it, and the amount of compression that exists in the knit. It could be very, very, very light and thin, or it could be super compression and heavy. And some of the ways that you know that are when you pick up a St. John garment, they'll be light, they'll be heavier, and they may be even heaviest. And the heavier the knit, probably the more compression you're going to get out of it. And there's good and bad about that. A compression garment from St. John won't give as much. I can't take this knit and super stretch it. I can stretch it a little bit, but not to the degree that I can take a piece like this and just go stretchy, 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 stretchy. But you may also notice the stretchier and the more open the knit, the lighter the knit, the more transparent the knit. And we've gone through in the past several ways to wear compression underneath. So you have a choice. You either wear a lightweight garment with tons of compression, or you can wear a heavier St. John garment with a little less compression. But remember in sizing, all St. John is not the same. And what you may wear in a lighter knit, you may go smaller in one of the heavier knits because they take you in a little bit more. So before you go buying online without trying on the St. John, you need to know your knits. So let's go through a little bit of it, and then we can have a much better understanding. St. John makes something called its evening line. And these would be the sort of things that you might find in their evening line. They would be, in this case, jackets. And every St. John that you buy should come with a label. And the label will give you a sort of a distinction of what it is. And as you can see, these things have some sparkle to them, but not a ton. They're not sequins. They're just shimmer and shine, which is not sequins, okay? You keep asking me about shimmer, shine, and sequins. There you go. Then they have more of a different kind of a knit than you might be familiar with. This is one of the St. John's smooth knits. Again, if you look in the back, you'll find a label. This is part of their black label collection, and it has a different kind of density. My suggestion is if you are not of the more athletic in build, you may not want to wear one of these knits. They tend to show everything. So if you're opting for one of these, girls, get out those compression garments and layer them, because you don't want any ripples to show. What we always show is if it sags, it isn't attractive. So that might not be the best kind of a knit for you. This would be something from what they call their Couture Evening collection. And you can see this is one of my very favorite pieces. I love this dress. Notice in the back, I've left it open a little bit so you can see each of these beautiful rhinestone buttons. You can see the kind of work that goes into a piece like this. With its palettes, very, very, very gentle shimmer. This dress has some weight to it. It's got You can't exactly see through it, and it's got a little more weight. Again, this would be from a more expensive end of the St. John collections. Then you hit something like this. Did you notice I have a lot of winter white in my closet? I told you I did. This piece I'd like you to see. It has texture. And again, some of the textured pieces are not the best pieces to wear if you're concerned about looking bigger. It, for whatever reason, because it has a third dimension to it, can give you a third dimension. So if you're going to do this, this would be a piece I would definitely recommend that you wear with a jacket over it. Then we go into what they call the more basic St. John knits. Every girl needs a little black dress. If you're going to buy one black dress and you want it to be St. John, you might want to choose something like this that you can wear with a million jackets. You can wear it for day. You could wear it for night. You could wear it for a special occasion, or just because it matches something you already have in your closet, and it doesn't have to be St. John. A little bit heavier of the solid knits that they make is from what they call, this collection is called Collection. Isn't that a novel end? There it is. And again, you need to try these dresses on at least once before you buy them online, so you know. I might wear a size 2 in one of these and maybe a size 4 in one of these. You can have a wide spread because the knits give. Another thing you can find out is if your cleaners does something called blocking. Blocking gives these St. John garments the ability to stretch out and be left in that shape, or to actually even be tightened up, to be compressed. They have a way that they use heat to do that, a steaming kind of a heat. If you can find a cleaners that can do that, and you have a dress that you love and it might be a little bit too tight or a little bit too loose, you can take it to a cleaners. It's not an inexpensive process, and when you own clothes like these, you have to be committed to getting them to the cleaners because there's no way you can wash these knits. They're not meant to do that. Let's look at some St. John skirts. These also come in different weights and textures. In this lovely light yellow one, we have what we call the St. John collection. I guess I'm a favorite of this particular part of their branding. Again, it's see-through, and you want to be careful about what you wear underneath it. This black skirt has a little more texture. It's a little bit heavier. And again, in terms of sizing, check your labels. This again is collection. And finally, one of my favorite skirts, this lovely bright taxi cab yellow. What a great skirt. Again, it's from the collection, and it is, one of the softer knits indeed. Okay, these are the ever ready tops. These travel, I probably wear these tops more than anything else. They look great when you're going to wear a skirt and you're going to wear a jacket on top of it. And again, they come in, this is a St. John Basic, which is the least expensive of their lines. This is a St. John Basic. And we have here a St. John Sportswear collection. So it's buying the color and the knit. The most wonderful thing about St. John knits is they travel perfectly. The way you see these knits now is the way they come out of your suitcase. Let's go through a couple more of the things about the basics of St. John knits, and then we can play mix and match, and you can see how what you've learned in 3 easy pieces would work with these pieces without any problem at all. This is St. John Couture, and it is heavy, and it doesn't move. And in the St. John knit in Couture, you can go down a little bit in size. This is a 0. And that just kind of gives you the idea of the difference. This jacket is heavy. When you put this on, and perhaps you've seen me, I've worn this to judge groups. I've wore it for Progressive this year. It is a beautiful suit. It's an investment piece. And if you have the opportunity, you can certainly go out and find pieces like this at resale. Because trust me, to buy them new is very, very expensive. It's just a matter of going out and finding it. And I have to say, if somebody would say to me, what's one of your favorite pieces in your closet? It would be this suit. I think it's beautiful. It's me. I love to wear it. And I wish that you could have something like this in your closet, and you can if you do some clever shopping. The next things that we're going to look at over here in terms of St. John, I'm just going to turn this the other way so we don't have to keep. They make coat collection. And when I say coats, I don't mean outer coats. These are meant to be worn as coat dresses. Well, if you're my size, they are. You might have to wear something else on it. This tailored coat can take you anywhere. It's a great, great dress to wear. Dress it up, dress it down. And this is a vintage piece. And it is super fun with its huge buttons. Again, it's a heavier weight. And it's a piece you definitely have to wear in the colder weather. And I modified it by adjusting the way the collar was for me. And that's something else you can do. And just as showing you, these pieces will last forever. So great additions to your St. John collection. One of the questions I got in about St. John is a really, really good one. It's from, thank you by the way, Maisie. It's from Maisie Turner from Mill Creek, Washington. And she wants to know, I love St. John suits. My question is, can you mix and match St. John pieces like two solids? Patterns and solids are easy, but solids scare me. Blue jacket, yellow skirt. I haven't seen anyone do this at the dog shows and not sure how to do this to look so good. Okay, Maisie, we're gonna have plenty of fun with your question, and here we go. The easiest thing in the world with St. John is to mix and match colors, and let me show you. Talked about different colors. This beautiful, beautiful yellow skirt. Is that a pop or what? How pretty is that? We all know you can do black and white. That's not as exciting. How about a black with a pale, pale yellow? And let me show you some suits that you can do this with. Over here, I have lots of pieces that I got out just for you, Maisie. St. John did this for us. They took a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful green skirt with this beautiful jacket. Now, the nice thing about this is if you're playing 3 easy pieces, you could certainly take something like this, and let's split it up. There you go. How about if we put this right over a black dress? Does that pop or what? How pretty is that? It takes it in a whole different direction that you might never have thought about. And let's take the green skirt. Green skirt, white top. There you go. And who says everything has to be 3 pieces of St. John? Let's play with things that are not always St. John with St. John, but pops of color with other things that you could enjoy wearing. This one will be St. John with St. John. I think this is one of my favorite outfits that I wear a lot. Black, pop it over with the red. How beautiful is that? You could also take this and you could put it with a black skirt. Have a fabulous scarf on, or you might want to take it and wear it with the white one. Does that look like spring? So you just have to try out with different pieces. You can also take St. John, and you could certainly mix it up with this is a St. John jacket. It's one of the ones with the zippered fronts, texture to the top. And St. John also makes dresses that are not knits, but are available like for their spring and summer collections. You were talking about it? There you go. I want you to know that these pieces were not even bought in the same year, but they worked. And you can find great pieces like this. That's what I mean, updated. You can also take the jacket, pop it out. Takes it in a whole different direction. So there isn't one right way, one wrong way. It's a million ways you can work with St. John, which is probably why we all love them so much, because we do like to do these kinds of things. A black suit. We all need a black suit. Well, this black suit, I can take it and do, again, you could take the black skirt, pop it out, and wear it with a bunch of these pieces that I showed you. Like you wouldn't want to take a textured knit like this and put it together with another jacket with a different texture. That's going to take it in a little kind of a funny direction. But watch. This is a beautiful flannel jacket. It's got a little bit of silver on the pocket. Put it over your St. John dress, which has another little bit of shimmer to it, and tell me, is that stylish or what? Look, now this is taking the texture of this dress with the beautiful weight of the flannel jacket, and I think that that's a great look. You have to experiment, and having things out on a rack like this gives you a chance to experiment. You could be traveling with this yellow, fun jacket. It's not St. John. You can then take it with your black dress. You've got another great outfit, or your black skirt with one of these white tops underneath it. There's just a million and one things to do. So why confine yourself? So we've done color block, we've done mixture patterns, and we've done how to use versatile pieces. Remember, fashionistas, Canine Chronicle on their Facebook page and on the website is pleased to present you every week with Closet Confidential. And we know that you're getting lots of great information from the fabulous feedback, but we don't have anybody willing to send us one of their video questions. We'd love to show you. Maybe you have a great St. John outfit and a question on how to make it better, so why don't you send us something like that? In the meantime, I want to thank you all for being with us, and I want you to remember one thing about St. John. The only way to wear it is so it looks good on you. So take some adventure time, figure it out, get yourself one of these wonderful, wonderful closet compliments, as I might like to call them, and thank you for being with us. It's Elaine Lessig saying goodbye till next time, which won't be very long, I hope. I want everybody to check on the Canine Chronicle website or on the Facebook page. There'll be instructions on how to submit a 1-minute video where you can ask your question, and we will choose some really great questions and go into it. Please tell us your name, where you live, what you do in dogdom. Are you a handler? Are you a breeder? Are you an exhibitor? And we'd like to tailor the answer to your needs specifically, but something that we can share with everybody. So don't forget to check on the Canine Chronicle website and on the Facebook page for the information on where to send your questions to the Closet Confidential.